Hey everybody, how are you? It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. How are you doing today? I hope you can see me okay. We'll find out if the technicals are working out or not. I think we're going on here. Yes, I think we're live. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to the show. Today the show is from Calgary, brought to you by me, Traveling with Bruce. I still haven't got a sponsor, eh? Can you believe that? I mean, this Canadian who says, hey, I haven't got a sponsor yet. You'd think Timmy Hortons would want to sponsor me, but then again, Traveling with Bruce, Timmy Hortons, well, I guess, you can travel from town to town and all around North America and hit Timmy Hortons for a coffee or a donut, I suppose. Or I'm kind of waiting for like to get a sponsorship from like Emirates Airways. That'd be kind of nice. Or one of the major cruise lines, or, all of them. Even as critical as I am, wouldn't it be nice? Hey, any of you folks out there want to sponsor this guy? Coca-Cola. Here we go. I don't want to get too glary. Don't want to make this too glary, but that would ruin my chances to get sponsored if I had, a glare mark. Here we are. How about that? Thank you, caffeine-free Diet Coke. I love you. Here we are. I better mute my phone because I'm listening to myself and I'm, in the past. Hey, sponsorships. I'm open for business, folks. I'm ready to roll anytime, whatever. Vacationstogo.com. You guys should be sponsoring me. Vacationstogo.com. You guys should be sponsoring me. I talk about you guys all the time. I love you guys, and going to be utilizing their services. And well, anyway, I'm excited. So there you go. What can I say? Welcome to the channel. If you're new and you're wondering what is this guy all about, what's the big deal about Traveling with Bruce, or you stumbled into this by mistake, I apologize. Sorry it happened. But what happens here is I love talking about cruise ships and going on cruise ship vacations. And my regular followers, they sign in here every day and they tell me how they're doing. They tell me where they live, what their high temperature is today. Sometimes they tell me the price of gas in their neighborhood because we like comparing notes about gasoline prices. And then we start talking about cruise ships and cruise ship vacations, destinations, good things, bad things, you name it, things about cruising, and we compare a lot of notes. Sometimes we get off topic a little bit. Sometimes people try to get me into trouble. They try to get me to pronounce very difficult names, and of course I screw it up. Or they try to get me to talk about politics, which I don't want to do because that's not what this channel's about. We try to be we're trying to be the happy place to get away from all that nonsense. But sometimes it kind of creeps in there. We do the best we can. It costs me subscribers sometimes when that happens, and it kind of frustrates me because I don't want to do that. Speaking of subscribers, we're right now at 2,569 subscribers. 2,569. This channel is 1 year and 10 days old. That's it. 375 days old, roughly. I started with no experience, no following, no sponsorships, no idea of what I was doing, and every day just kept coming back and putting up new videos. And starting in January, after start last August, by January of this year, I started doing live streams like this, and I've been doing them ever since. I still do regular videos, but live streams are kind of my dominant thing right now. I do 8 a week, Monday to Friday at 5 Eastern, Saturdays at 2 Eastern. We talk cruise ships, and then Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8 o'clock in the evening, we do trivia, online live trivia. It's fun. It's always a good time. And well, yesterday we were able to sneak in Bakersfield and Tokyo into the mix. Everyone, when they're stumped, they don't know what to answer. They go, Tokyo, Bakersfield. But I actually snuck in a couple of quizzes where those were correct answers, and it worked out perfectly. Everyone's having a good time. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for 2,569 subscribers, and the many more of you who are watching this channel but have not subscribed. You're watching me anonymously, sort of in the shadows. You kind of peek through, kind of watch me, but you don't want to let me know. It's okay. I don't mind. There's a lot of you folks who watch me live who never comment. You just kind of listen and watch what's going on. It's all good. I appreciate your participation. I appreciate your commentary. And well, it's just a lot of fun. As I think a lot of you folks my regulars will tell you, will attest to that. Thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for giving this channel thumbs ups, either on the live show here or when this show airs is a rerun. If you're watching this as a rerun tonight, tomorrow, please give me a thumbs up if you can on this show. Every time I get a thumbs up, it adds momentum to the channel for searchability on YouTube. It shows YouTube that the channel is showing a high degree of likeness with its viewers. This tells YouTube, hey, we should promote this guy. He's got people who are watching that are engaged with them. They enjoy he enjoys they enjoy each other's company, that type of thing. So the more thumbs ups I can get, the better it is. I thank you all. Also, those of you who are watching my regular videos, my 3-minute videos, 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos, a number of you folks have been kind enough and kind-hearted enough to share these videos on social media to help expose my channel to the outside world, like Facebook, and some of you doing this on Instagram, through other media. I can't even describe it all because I'm just a novice. I thank you, each and every one of you who are doing that for me. That really helps this channel get exposed to people who otherwise would not know I exist. And that's the name of this game, is to build the following, to build the traffic to this channel, and that builds momentum, and away we go. So there you have it. I'm quite excited about the next 6 months to a year. I'm hoping that in my second year, we can go from 2,500 subscribers where we are now and push it up to over 10,000 or beyond. It is certainly doable. Others have done it, and I'm crossing my fingers for it too. What else? People are helping out this channel in many ways, and I appreciate this very much. I want to give out a special shout out to Auntie Jane, one of our favorite watchers. Auntie Jane is located in New Zealand, and I have viewers, those of you who don't know, if you're watching me live right now, I got viewers all over the place. They're in the US, Canada, Britain, Australia, New Zealand, Argentina from time to time, and other countries. It is fantastic. And Auntie Jane found this channel, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, and she's been following me. She doesn't always get to watch me live because of the ungodly hour that we're on, but I know she watches this show after hours for sure. And today she was kind enough to make a donation to my channel through my PayPal donation button, which is on this channel. It's on this page up here on my homepage. It's kind of like where all these buttons are up here. One of them is a donate to the channel button, and she made a contribution. Not the first time she's done that, and I want to give her a special shout out to say thank you yet again. Auntie Jane 11, I think is her handle. Thank you so much for your contribution. And to all of you who make contributions to this channel, there's a number of you who do this regularly. Some of you do it occasionally. I cannot begin to thank you enough for that. It makes a huge difference. This is my full-time job. It's my only source of income, and I thank all of you for keeping me alive and on the air. Jennifer, my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, she thanks you too. And away we go. Also, folks are finding out that I have an Amazon affiliate link where if you look down below here on the description of this channel, you'll find an Amazon address. If you click on it, it takes you right to the Amazon homepage. And if you're an Amazon shopper, you click to the homepage through that and pick something up. This channel gets a royalty from Amazon on any purchase made. I want to thank all of you who've been doing that for me. That's wonderful. And then my Redbubble store, I have merchandise, merch we call it, with Traveling with Bruce logos, t-shirts and coffee mugs, travel mugs, stickers, wall clocks, tote bags, you name it. I have had a number of you folks lately picking up some of the merchandise on the Redbubble store. Thank you all for that. The beauty of it for me is I can't foul it up. I don't make anything myself. I don't ship anything. I don't handle the money. I don't handle returns. Redbubble does it all. They do it well. I'm getting tons of compliments, positive indicators from people who are saying, I got a t-shirt, it's great. I got a coffee mug, I love it. I've had just really good reactions through the Redbubble store. So thank you, all of you, for picking up that, the Amazon thing, the PayPal thing. Thank you all. I really do appreciate it. All right, well, let's get on with the show. Today's topic is how cruise ships promote brand new ships and get rid of old ones. Yeah, it's like people, you know, eventually we become disposable, you know, we get so old and decrepit that we got to be turned over. Well, this is what's happened with cruise ships. They do that too. And I have some info on that for you today that I'll share. And of course, looking forward to your comments on that as well. So there you go. That's what we're going to talk about today. Let's find out who's here, who's joining me live. I've got my number 150th subscriber live in the house, standing right over there. He's being very quiet. He doesn't want to disturb us. I love it. I'm glad he's back. Welcome, my friend. But 150 subscribers. Oh my God, I've had 2,300 and 2,400 since, and that was Boxing Day, December the 26th, 2017. Unbelievable. I'm in my 150 subscribers house, looking after the cats with Jennifer, and he just returned, and we're going to have some fun later with him. So fantastic. It's all good. Let's see who's here and say hi to everybody and catch up, and let's get on to the topic at hand. Peter Heckema signed in first today saying, hi, Bruce, and everyone. A beautiful sunny day here in Tarpon Springs, Florida, 93 degrees. Gulf of Mexico water temperature is 90 degrees. Bruce, have a safe trip back to Creston. That will be day after tomorrow. He thinks it's tomorrow, but it's day after. Tomorrow I'm off. I'm not on the air tomorrow. I'm not on the air Friday. Tomorrow I am entertaining my cousin who's flying in from Germany with his wife later tonight. I'll be with them tomorrow, showing them a little bit of Calgary. And then Friday, Jennifer and I are heading in the car back to Creston because my cousin and his wife will head for the mountains for a few days and then meet us in Creston next week. And we'll show them the mountains there and that whole area. Fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. But thank you for your best wishes. Tom Henry is here. He's saying, hey, Peter. He's telling me it's 69 and rain in Richmond today. Welcome back, my friend. Kat is here. Hi, guys. Tom, Henry, Kat, Peter, they're all here talking to each other. Who else is here? Nurse Nancy came in. Hi, all cruise lovers. Hi, Nurse Nancy. Welcome back to my channel today. It's great to have you here. Nurse Nancy, Wisconsin weather is in the 70s with lovely, puffy, white clouds in the blue sky. Our humidity has dropped finally. Oh, that's great. Lower humidity with a 70-degree high. Nice stuff. Here in Calgary, by the way, just so you know, we had 2 pretty nice days here where the smoke from all these forest fires was sort of being blown in the opposite direction. We cleared up quite nicely, but today we've got a bit of a haze back, although temperature-wise, I think we're going to reach maybe the mid-80s today, so it won't be unbearable. But unfortunately, a little more smoke, but the sun is out, and we could certainly see shadows. 5 days ago, we couldn't see shadows. It was that foggy here. It's just a gray, musty mess. But it's okay for now. We'll take it. Let's see here. Nurse Nancy, Peter, I would love to that 90-odd degree water temperature. I would love that. Let's see here. DNS World Travel, they are here. Hi, everyone. Mid-Michigan in the house. How are you guys doing? Overcast and 73 degrees in Michigan. Welcome to the show, DNS World Travel. I don't think you've been here before. I think it's the first time for you. If it is, welcome you with open arms. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before and I've forgotten, it shows you how old I am. Great to have you. Any questions or any comments, by all means, the gang will welcome you in. Brittany is here. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Bruce and all. It's 91 and partly cloudy. How you doing, Brittany? Brittany just started college this week down in Louisiana. And now I've got another person here. I'm not sure, but I think we've got a newbie here too. It's, I'm trying to pronounce his name right. Anari, A-N-A-R-I-E. Anari Texan is here. Welcome, Peter Heckema, considering moving to Dunedin next spring, Texas. Just too hot, retired, and looking for a better spot. It's too hot in Texas. Welcome to the channel if you're new as well, and or if you're a returnee. Welcome back. Paul Lucas, hey Bruce and all. It's 70 and rainy here in Virginia. Welcome, Paul. Welcome back. Wes Morrison's here from New Braunfels, Texas. Another hot one. He's saying, Cat Rose, I grew up in Western MA. Would that be Western Massachusetts, MA? My family tended to vacation in southern Maine. Right on. Brittany Lockwood, I have 2/3. What is this? I got 2/3 of my textbooks now, just waiting for one more to come in. Right on, Brittany, you're ready to roll. Nurse Nancy, hi, Bruce. Paul Wilgus, brought to you by Pan. That's right, I'm cat sitting here, 3 cats. They may make an appearance as the show goes on. We'll see. Pan usually shows up first and kind of shows us his better end, the back end of himself. Cat Rose, no Tim Hortons here, Cat saying. Peter Heckema, Arnie Texan, Dunedin is a beautiful little town not far from me. Brittany, Bruce, you are spinning. Is that right? I'm showing, let's see, no, I'm on here. Try to reload your channel. Hopefully it's just you, because I am good on my phone and on my computer today. So I'm crossing my fingers for a good connection. It looks very good today. Scott Weber, hi, Bruce. Here today, it's sunny, excuse me, and 78 in Palos Verdes. That's not bad, Palos Verdes, I believe, California. That's pretty good. Brady Lockwood, never mind, it's my computer. There you go. Nurse Nancy, now you ruined your chances to get sponsored by Pepsi with the Coke representation. Yeah, too bad. I won't be able to hold a can of Diet Pepsi and do this. No, I'll take my caffeine-free Diet Coke. Thank you very much. Thank you, Coca-Cola, for all you do. I'm available for consultation anytime. Just get a hold of me. We'll talk. We'll drink, we'll burp. It'll be great. Okay, DNS World Travel. Hi, Bruce. What part do you think vloggers play in promoting cruising? Well, that's interesting. It's a changing world here, isn't it? 10 years ago, YouTube was in such an infancy that no one would have thought to do a YouTube channel all about cruising. Who would have thought that? But then I guess in the last 5, 6, 7 years, things have really progressed to the point now where you've got people like myself who talk about cruise ships all the time. You have some great channels out there that I follow, and I'm sure some of you also follow out there, where folks are doing some unbelievably beautiful work on board cruise ships. I'm talking photography, talking post-production, editing. I mean, my goodness. Cruise lines, in a way, I think they've got it made, because in the past, they would hire a photographer and they would take the standard pictures of the cruise ship, and then video kind of came into play, and they would make commercials for TV commercials. And they'd hire Kathy Lee Gifford for say Carnival and have her singing about going on a cruise. But then the internet kicked in, and now you can make these 10-second, 5-second, 15-second vignette commercials. Unbelievable. Now you have drones. You've got videographers with drones that are taking unbelievable photos of cruise ships. The sky's the limit. It's free advertising in a way for a cruise line, but if you don't do it right, you'll get your hand bit, because if I were paid by Royal Caribbean, let's say, and hi, Royal Caribbean, I'm here. If they wanted to pay me, would I be critical of Royal Caribbean? Probably not. I don't want to, I don't want to have the, bite the hand that feeds it, right? So you got to be careful of that. Now, in my case, I'm a free agent. I'm just a guy who loves talking about cruise ships. I'm beholden to no one, but I guess if I were incredibly critical of every cruise line that's out there, I would never get a sponsorship. I'd probably burn too many bridges without even knowing who these people are. But as small as my channel is, it's very unlikely I'll ever be approached at this point by a cruise line. But you grow and you grow and you see where it takes you. Yeah, there are a number of travel agents out there who now have YouTube channels. Again, unthinkable 10 years ago that a travel agent would have their own YouTube channel to promote cruises and to book cruises, to book group cruises. Some of them are making a nice living doing that. They're doing the cruise every 3 months, bringing 50 to 100 people with them, doing all the bookings themselves, and off they go. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, it works. It works. And then you've got the independent travelers who just travel and tell you what their experiences are, and they don't do group cruises. They just they go on their own, and when they post, and when they critique, they critique, and what they like, they like. They don't like, they don't like. There you go. It's all up to the viewer what you want to watch, what you like to watch. If you are thinking of going on a cruise for the first time, like I was back in 2008, at that time I was looking up YouTube videos, as scant as they were, for information on Holland America, because I was going on the Oosterdam with my wife and a couple of friends of ours. And so I looked up information on the Holland America Oosterdam cruise ship for weeks prior to my cruise, found a lot of information, very handy, very helpful. But today, if I were ever going on a cruise for the first time, oh my gosh, the amount of information available to me now is limitless, from so many sources online, independent publications, all kinds of bloggers out there and video bloggers. It's amazing. So it's part of the business. It's part of the world. Someone who's 25 years old thinks nothing of it. It's just kind of normal. It's always, since they've been an adult, it's been there. So what's the big deal? When I was 20, 25 years old, TV was no big deal to me. I've got 50 channels, 100 channels, no big deal. My father looked at me and went, 100 channels? Oh my God, I remember when we had 1, 2, we had to go up and churn the knob. I mean, the world has changed, and it keeps on going. What's it going to be like 5, 10 years from now? I have no idea. It's unbelievable. So DNS, yeah. What do I think of vloggers? I think they play a big part in the cruising game today, and travel in general, and in everything. I mean, you have vloggers who open packages all the time. You know, I got a new Mixmaster. Let me show it to you. You got an unboxing of a Mixmaster. You have, you know, young ladies showing off Labutin high heel shoes, unboxing those. I mean, it runs the gamut. There's no end to it. You got the gardeners out there showing you their latest shears, and I got a new mower. I got a new this. I got a fishermen, sportsmen. It goes on and on. It's unbelievable. It's exciting. Lisa Moore, hello, Bruce and all. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Anari Texan, hi, Bruce. 104 in Houston today. Oh, 104. Stay indoors. Get the fan on. Get the air conditioning on. Get a drink, a libation, and enjoy. DNS gas prices just went up to $2.99 today. Yikes. Here in Calgary, about $1.34 a liter or so Canadian. That's awful close to about $3.75, $3.80 a gallon USA, or a US gallon here in US money. It's expensive. Deanna's here. Hi, Deanna. Sorry, Dina's here. I keep doing it wrong. Dina Mayetta is here. Hi, Dina. Hi, Bruce. How are you feeling today? It is partly cloudy, around 80 degrees here in Long Island. The humidity is up today. Question: how many cruises have you been on, and where do you like to cruise? Deanna, I'll cruise anywhere. Although, to be honest, someone asked me a month ago or 2 months ago, would you like to go on an Alaska cruise? And I thought, yeah, I wouldn't be crazy about an Alaska cruise. I'd take one, but it wouldn't be my number one choice. I like warm weather, being Canadian. But I was on a ship. I was on an ocean liner at age, got to be age 4. From Canada to Europe, and then from Europe back to Canada by age 7. That would be 1962, born in 55. And then my wife and I started cruising in 2008 after being pestered forever by a couple of real good friends of ours who are still friends of ours today. The 4 of us went on a cruise in 2008 on the Holland America Oosterdam. And my buddy said, well, what do you think? And I thought, this is pretty nice. Yeah. He said, I've been trying to get you on here for 10 years. You could have started cruising with me in 98 if you'd only listened to me. But, you know, he had to prove himself to me. And finally got convinced. But I think Jennifer and I, my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife and I, Jen and I have probably been on, I think, well, between the two of us, and now 7 cruises. I think I've been on one without her. Something like 7 or so, and done the Mediterranean, Caribbean, Mexican Riviera, and enjoyed them all, and would love to do more of those for sure. But I would also like to cruise Australia, New Zealand. I'd love to cruise Asia. I would like to cruise British Isles. So I'm open to the whole planet, and cruise lines, wide open on cruise lines. I'm really looking to get out there and do a few meet and greets and meet you guys on the ship in person. But a lot of my information about cruising, it comes from just doing research. I'm constantly researching information on cruise ships. I'm constantly staying on top of news announcements, press releases. I'm trying to contact cruise lines to become part of the media group. But it's hard sometimes when you're a small channel to get them to take you seriously. So as we grow, this is why it's so important to me to get subscribers to join this channel and to get views and to get people engaged. It shows the cruise lines that this guy here, he talks cruise ships all the time. And a lot of people out there, if they want to know what's going on with Norwegian or with Royal Caribbean, all they got to do is send Bruce an email or a comment on one of his shows or talk to him live, and he gets them the answer. And I'm trying to let the cruise lines know I'm kind of your friend. I'm kind of like a spokesperson about the business, although I'm not in the business. I'm not hooked to anybody. But yeah, I want more people to engage with me so I can engage back. And the more questions you ask me about cruise lines, if I don't know the answer, I'll get you the answer. I can figure that out, and we'll go from there. Anyway, Peter Heckema, don't forget to give Bruce thumbs ups today. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everybody who does. Rob Souter, good afternoon, Bruce. 71 degrees here in Danesville, New York. Welcome back, Rob. And thank you for your comments today. I enjoyed them very much. Debbie Manuel is here. Hi, Bruce and everyone. Forecast is 88 degrees for the high here. This is Chico, Northern California, with haze, forest fire haze. And Chico, welcome back, Debbie. Stay indoors, stay safe. Don't let that smoke get you. And welcome back to the show. It's always great to have you. Tracy Dunlop is here. Hi, Bruce and all. Nice day in Naples today in Florida. A little rain earlier, but now nice and clear. Fantastico. Cat Rose. Hey, Debbie, how well controlled is that fire up there? Brittany is saying gas prices in Thibodaux, Louisiana, range from 240 to 330 a gallon. I would imagine that's from regular to premium, I suppose, or depending on where you shop. Ed Tolson Jr., hello, Bruce, and all. 85 in for the rest of the week in the Big Apple is where he is hanging. Is that right? Am I right? Yeah, 85 and cloudy here in New York City. Welcome back, Ed. Always great to have you. Kat, only supposed to be in the mid-80s for the rest of the week here. DNS World Travel. Yep, first time. Thank you guys for joining. Any questions? Fire away. Sylvan is here. Sylvan Forrest. Hi, Bruce and all. 88 degrees Fahrenheit and muggy. Thumbs ups, everyone. It's always sad to say goodbye to the old ladies, but new ones need the floor. That's life. The new belles need the attention and the space. We're talking about the new cruise ships, not ex-wives or girlfriends. We're talking about cruise ships. I'm not trying to get in trouble here. I get enough trouble with the color of my shirts and citrusy type colors. Okay, Cat Rose. Yes, Bruce, Massachusetts. I did guess that right, MA. Not easy, I'm up in Canada. I have to learn all 51 states, the codes. It's not easy. DNS, I just heard today about the Carnival Vista debacle with Sal Patera being banned from using his cameras. I had not heard that. That's an interesting story, the debacle with the Carnival Vista. It's one of their newer ships, the Vista class. Of course, the Horizon is another one just like it. Interesting. I don't know what's going on with this, Sal. I'm going to have to check that one out. Barb is here. Hi, Bruce. I want to plan my first cruise to Alaska. I plan to book into Royal Caribbean 2019. What, in your opinion, is the best month to go to Alaska? I plan on making payments. Typical cruiser. Once you're hooked, you got to go, and sometimes you got to stretch the budget, so you start making payments. Barb, the best month to go to Alaska. Well, here's the good news. The cruise lines kind of make it easy for you. They're seasonal. They don't generally go to Alaska year-round, so they start in about May-ish, April, May, and then they'll run them until about late September, early October. I would try to look at maybe June. It all depends on what your situation is. So let me kind of back up a bit. If you've got kids and the kids are in school, you're kind of stuck now. You kind of have to work the school schedule. If you're traveling without children, all right, I would look at trying to get on the ship before school is out while it's still what we call shoulder season. So that might be early or it might be late. Maybe it's a late May cruise, something in the last, say, 2 weeks of May before school is out for most kids. Maybe it'll be September 10th, 15th, 20th, somewhere in there. If it's May, your days will be longer because the longest day of the year is typically about June 10th or something like that. And if you're on a cruise, say, May 20th, you're only a couple of weeks away from the longest day of the year. So you're going to get a lot of view time of the beautiful scenery as you're cruising up. You're going to watch some of the glaciers calving. You're going to have wonderful high sunshine pouring down, and I'm thinking about lighting for taking photos or videos or just enjoying your day. The other thing too, of course, is with the sun so high up in the sky, you're going to get the radiant heat. You might have to wear a windbreaker even though you're on board, say on the outside deck. You might be wearing a light sweater or windbreaker, but with the sun beating down on you, having a little hat on to protect yourself from the sun's rays, you'll feel the warmth of the sun. September, it's the opposite. The days are getting shorter, quicker now. The wind has got a little bite in it. It might be a shoulder season, but it's a fall shoulder season. The days getting cooler almost every day now. So I'm kind of leaning more towards the beginning of the season rather than towards the end of the season. But that's just me at my age and my personal tastes and likes and dislikes. So I keep that in mind. If you're with the kids, you might be stuck to a June, July, August timeframe. Just the way it is. Well, good news, great weather generally speaking. Bad news, packed. So shop around, take a look at Royal Caribbean offerings and see what you can find. But if you're not going Royal Caribbean, I would consider looking at Princess. This year there were some really good deals out of Princess Cruises. Also, don't be adverse to sailing out of Vancouver, British Columbia, as opposed to Seattle in Washington, because in Seattle, Washington, they've been going after a lot more cruising, a lot more business. But in Vancouver, lots of cruises going out of there, and there were some good deals. I saw 1 week cruises leaving Vancouver going to Anchorage, and then from Anchorage back to Vancouver for another week, well, inside rooms obviously, but I'm looking at $400 range, $350 to $400 range. Now balcony will be higher, of course, but if you can look at May for departure, you might be able to pull off a Seattle departure, maybe a balcony departure. Keep an eye on the Norwegian Joy cruise ship. This again is not Royal Caribbean, I'm sorry, but the Norwegian Joy is being shifted from China next year in April 19 to Seattle for Alaska cruises. And as the months go by right now, we may find that prices on the Joy might come down a bit. It's only a 2-year-old ship, if that, but she wasn't in Alaska last year. She's being moved there because the business isn't so good in China for Norwegian. Anyway, because the Joy is coming over, it may be perfect for you and others who are thinking of cruising next year in Alaska, because we have a cruise ship that needs almost 5,000 people a week to get filled out against the existing fleet of cruise ships in Alaska and Vancouver going up to Alaska. Seattle and Vancouver going up to Alaska. With a ship with 5,000 more capacity coming in, that means much more capacity in Alaska next year than this year. And this year was a record year. There might be deals. So keep your eyes open. Vacationstogo.com is how I would do it. And keep your eye on the cost. All right. Barb, I hope that helped you. MG told Barb, July is the best month. Tom Henry, what happened to DNS World Travel? I don't know. Kat chuckles, my ex-sister-in-law got fired from Coca-Cola because she got caught drinking Pepsi at work. No way. Is that true? Really? I don't know. Is that true? Can that really happen? Cheers, Cola. My friends at Coca-Cola. Cheers to you guys. I don't know. Barb, thanks, MG. DNS World Travel. He made the mistake of talking about vlogging Facebook channel, and woman complained, so he boarded. He was met by security personnel saying he could not use his cameras on board. Oh, he didn't. Maybe he needed permission. Or take his drone ashore. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that I can see. The drone might be an issue. Barb, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of, but do you do not know if they are being paid, or is this Israel? I'm not sure what you're saying, Barb. I can't figure it out. There's a lot of information, but you do not know if they're being paid. Oh, you're talking about vloggers. Are vloggers being paid or not to shill the cruise lines? Are these plants? I've been accused of this. People have accused me of working for Royal Caribbean because I was so negative on Norwegian when they had the cruise from hell back in March when they were resurfacing the ship with all those toxic chemicals. Those poor passengers were just exposed to just crap. Yeah, Barb, I like to come clean about my intentions. Others do too. I mean, there are others out there. I know, what is it? Cruise Tips TV, the gal from Los Angeles. She and her husband, Mr. Cruise Tips TV, they're a great couple. They take their young son on board, young son on board cruises. She's up front. She's sponsored by a cruise outfit, online booking service. She's up front about it. I've got a problem with that. She will then be positive or negative about experiences on cruises. It's okay. I'd like to be the same way. If I were ever sponsored by, say, vacationstogo.com, booking site, or whatever, I still want to be able to speak my mind. Not that I'm going to go out of my way to find negative things. I'm not generally that kind of a guy. I kind of like to, find the best of things. And, cruising is like life itself. It can't be absolutely perfect every single time. We'd like it to be, but it isn't. So you got to go with the flow. Rob, I think the cruise lines get millions in free publicity and are laughing all the way to the bank and give back very little. Well, Rob, I can't speak to it from personal experience yet. For me, it's too early. 1 year into the YouTube channel, 2,500 subscribers and growing. We'll see. I'd like to get a few group cruises in soon. Meet and greet cruises with you guys. I'd like to do them regularly, and I'll let you know how it works out. Am I expecting them to fall over backwards because I'm bringing a group with me? No, I'm not. We're paying our way, and we're paying money to go there. But on the other hand, would it be nice to be, maybe being offered a place to get together as a gathering? That'd be great. We'll we'll have a, we'll get a meet and greet meeting in there, and if they're supplying cocktails and hors d'oeuvres or something like that, that would be fantastic, absolutely wonderful. And of course, I'll give them a shout out for that, obviously. But I would very much like to interview the people who run these cruise lines. I like to talk to the hotel manager, the cruise director, maybe one of the officers from the cabin. Love to do that on my channel. I'd love to do my show live on the cruise. With the internet now improving as it is, that would be absolutely fantastic. So well, we'll see how it goes. Brittany, I forgot to say the gas prices are in gallons. It's okay, Brittany, we know. Desi, hello, Bruce, and all. 78 and mostly cloudy in Chicago. Working hard just listening in today. Desi, thank you. Welcome from Chicago. I love Chicago. She's saying hi to all the regulars, and she's saying hi to everybody right there. MG Toe, Barb. There are a lot of experienced cruisers, here. And Bruce does us allow to express our opinion. For the most part, just don't be vulgar. Well, there you go. Please keep it PG rated. We got kids out there. Bart, the Carnival cruises do not look good from the videos on YouTube. It seems like you have to pay for the good food, and the rooms do not look too good. What do you think? Well, Bart, like every cruise line, there are cruise lines with newer ships, older ships, that kind of thing. And to be fair to Carnival, they are the groundbreakers here. They started all this. The cruise line, the Carnival cruise line, got its start in the 60s and set the standard starting in the 70s for modern day cruise ship vacationing. I mean, it was such a haphazard business back in the 60s and early 70s. There really was no real pattern to it. But Carnival, they came out with an idea of regularly scheduled cruises, weekly cruises, 5-day-a-week cruises, whatever they were, to the Caribbean and to other destinations. And then they started coming up with these new innovations on cruise ships, like a water slide. Now, they were 20 feet long. You went into the pool. Eventually, you got what you have now. And so a company like Carnival has 25, 28-year-old cruise ships still in its fleet, to be fair to them. But they also have the latest, greatest versions of cruise ships running right now. They've got the Carnival Horizon that's all of 3 months old, the Carnival Vista. There's some pretty neat product out there from Carnival. Now, Carnival has always been known as a value-based cruise line. It's kind of like the Chevrolet. Chevrolet is you could call it a cheap car, or you could call it a value-based automobile compared to the Cadillac, which is the higher end. Maybe Buick in the middle or something like that. Carnival is the Chevrolet of the cruise industry, and it works for a certain demographic of people, and I give them kudos for that. What they're offering today, compared to what they were offering 20 years ago, night and day. Some folks will say food is better now, food is better then. Some will say the rooms are better then. Some will say the rooms are better now. Cruise lines are constantly evolving, changing, and trying to keep up with the modern world, because we out here on land, we don't stop with the innovations. On a cruise ship, it's difficult to try to keep up with what's happening on dry land. But man, these cruise ships that are coming out now are just stunning, technological wonders. I got to give kudos. I give kudos to Carnival for still being able to offer a pretty good value at sea. You can get a 1-week cruise out of Galveston or New Orleans under $500 for a week. I mean, that is a bargain for what you're getting. Sure, you want to compare them to the Ritz-Carlton in Miami or Cayman Islands, not a fair fight. But for what you're getting and what you're paying, I think it's a good deal. Anyway, I give them kudos. I think they're on the right track. Tracy Dunlap, Bruce always has the most up-to-date cruise news. Thank you, Tracy. MG Doe, Barb, I've been on several lines. I enjoyed Carnival because I always feel relaxed after going on a Carnival cruise. There you go. Dina is saying, Barb, I just got off the Carnival Horizon last week. The last time I was on a Carnival cruise was 14 years ago, and I have to say that the food in the dining room was very good. There you go. Now, she was on the cruise line, on the cruise ship that had the engine problems. That's the cruise that at Amber Cove, they had an issue with the engine. A couple days later, it was resolved. And yep, good cruise. Everyone had a good time. So there you go. Thank you, Dina. MGTO, it depends upon what you're looking for, Barb. That's true too. Dina is saying, I found that the buffet for breakfast was very good. And the lunch they made, sandwiches, they had salad, but the hot food was not up to par. There you go. It all depends on what you need. Dina, did you have Guy's Burgers on board that ship? Was that available? Did you try one? And was there also the Guy barbecue, the barbecue joint? Did they have that restaurant on board too? I'm kind of curious about that. Nurse Nancy, Carnival is very nice. We feel very pampered there without spending extra for food, etc. Jim Thomas, hi all 95, and Anderson, hi Jimbo, how you doing, buddy? How's that knee of yours? Welcome back, my friend, and thank you for your support of my channel. MG Tow, Carnival is more laid back and relaxed than the other cruise lines. Wendy Thompson saying 86 in Ocala, Florida. We had a splash of rain today. Hi everyone. Hi Bruce. DNS World Travel have a Vernon's for me. One of the few things about Michigan I miss. There you go. All right, somebody knows. Debbie Manuel, hi Cat. Car fire almost surrounded now. I think 90% now. The largest fire in California history still raging. We are just surrounded. Unbelievable. Dina saying 3 years ago, I was on Royal Caribbean and I didn't like the dining room food for dinner. The buffet was better, laugh out loud. So it depends. There you go. The buffet, not so good here, but okay there. Diner here. Yeah, that's something. Brittany, the way I see the need for larger cruise ships has to do with how popular cruising is becoming. The amenities that are coming out are to help disperse the passengers. Yes, if you're going to have a cruise ship, like say a Royal Caribbean Oasis class, like the Symphony of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas, Oasis of the Seas, these behemoths with 6,000 plus passengers, you better have the amenities on board and spread them out, because you've got to keep those people from congregating too many in one spot. So you got the aqua show in the back, you got the pools on the top, you've got the concourse in the middle, you got endless things to do, endless places to go on sea days. Lots of fun. Just amazing engineering to me. Just amazing how they do it. Kat, yeah, the Mendocino complex. I'm not sure what that means. Wendy, I called passport office today, and we're all good. We are all good till time to renew the passports, so you don't have to worry about the address thing. Fantastic. Get it from the horse's mouth, and you'll know what the deal is, and you're all good to go. Fantastic. MG2, I like the smaller to the midship size ships. I don't care for all the megas. Barb, yes, it will be with me. Yes, it'll be with me with no kids, trying to get a friend to go with me on this Alaska cruise. But no one wants to go on a cold climate. I'm in Atlanta. Well, if you, like I say, if you can go in the latter part of May, it's not going to be cold. Could be cool in the evening still. You're going to wear a windbreaker or a sweater if you're outside. You don't have to be outside in the evenings, of course. But the longest days of the year, are approaching. That's, I would say, the time to go. For what you're telling me, where you're from, what your situation is, towards the middle and latter half of May would probably be your best time to go. How about that? Link to Sal's story on YouTube. Oh, I got you. DNS can't you can't put on addresses on the chat, but I get you, and I'll find the story. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for trying to get that to me. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, sometimes these automatic filters kick in and won't allow email addresses to be posted or that kind of thing. It's just the way it is. Sylvan saying regarding Alaska sailings, summer solstice is June 21st. But the difference in the length of the day is academic from June 1 to July 15th. Average Alaska temperatures are available online by the month. Yeah, go to vacationsgo.com. Look up a cruise for Alaska for whatever date interests you. If you look up the itinerary, it'll show you all the ports that you can go to. And if one of them is let's say Skagway or something like that, you click on Skagway. The Vacations to Go folks have a link automatically that will take you to a Skagway description of the port, a map of where it is, high and low average temperature, average like for the month, for the precipitation for each month, all laid out. That way you can scope out your potential stops through the website, vacationsgo.com. You see why they should be supporting me, why I should be sponsored by vacationsgo.com. I talk about them all the time. I love these guys. Okay. Cheers, Coca-Cola. Okay, let's move on. Cat Rose, yes way. Rob Souter. Um, let's see. If you go Alaska on the last cruise or two, you get the best discount on diamonds and such. If that's important to you. Oh, okay. At the end of the cruising season, if you're on an Alaska cruise or anywhere, if you're on the last cruise for the Caribbean this year or the last cruise for the Mediterranean this year, you may find that the onboard merchants will offer you deals for product. Now, I think what Rob might be telling me here is if you're in the Alaska area and you're on one of the last ships in Skagway, Anchorage, Juneau, the onshore sellers of finer things, they know. This is kind of the last cruise ship to come to town until next spring. They may have 80, 85, 90% off deals on stuff, but you got to be into it. I think you should really know your stuff. I think. Oh, yes. One of my more frequent visitors to this channel, who will remain nameless, was kind enough to send me a private email one day and told me the story about the fact that he and his wife were on a cruise. It was the last cruise out of Skagway, and they were told on board the ship that we're the last ship to leave Skagway for the year. And apparently a number of residents have a bit of a tradition that they like to exhibit to the departing passengers on a cruise ship. As the ship is slowly pulling off the port, a bunch of these folks come down to the pier to wave goodbye to you, and then they sort of turn around and they look the other way, and they give you a view that you might not be used to seeing from residents of Skagway as you're heading out to the sea. I think I've dropped enough hints to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Is it worth booking a cruise to see that sight? It's not like the Northern Lights, but it could be in some cases a very bright show, because I think these are areas of the anatomy that don't get a lot of sunshine during the summer months. So you may want to wear your sunglasses to handle the glare from some of these unique features that some of these folks are carrying around in their pants. But anyway, I've said enough. I think I've said enough to that. Let's move on. Sylvan Forrest, about Coke and Pepsi. To change the subject back to the pop here. One day I had a Princess Cruise Lines lanyard on my neck on the NCL Sun, Norwegian Sun cruise ship. The captain saw it and gave me a Norwegian Cruise Line lanyard, politely requesting I use the NCL instead. He was on a Princess cruise. The captain, gave him a Norwegian lanyard instead. I gladly obliged. Well, there you go. The captain comes up to you and hands you a Norwegian Cruise Line lanyard, and you're wearing a Princess Cruise Line lanyard on a Norwegian cruise. Well, you may want to, oblige. Very well done, Sylvan. Of course, you got a souvenir, and keep the old one. Just now, you got another one. Tracy Dunlap, Barb, Carnival was one of my first cruises years ago, and wasn't very impressed then. Wasn't very impressed. However, we went back on a Carnival cruise earlier this year and found it to be great. Booked another for next year. There you go. Things change, I guess, Bart. And there you go. Cruise lines are always trying to adapt. Peter Hectema saying, Bruce, I find that food makes a big difference on a cruise. If the food is good, everyone has a great cruise. But if the food is not good, people usually say the cruise was not a good cruise. There you go. I agree with that. Reggie Nerman, hey, was painting the basement. Just got in on the chat. What's going on, guys? Welcome, Reggie and Nerman, to the show. Scott Weber, I find different cruise lines have different personalities, and so it's not really apples to apples. I can go with that. Wes Morrison, if you're going on any cruise such as Carnival, is to check websites, Cruise Critic or TripAdvisor. Each ship can be rated differently, and then find out what other people are saying. I would recommend, if you're thinking of a Princess Cruise or Carnival Cruise or Holland American Cruise, check out YouTube videos. People who've been on recent cruises, get their impressions. D&G Explorers, hello everyone. 85 degrees here in Madeira, California. What not used to this cooler? We're not used to this cooler temperature. You've dropped 20 degrees from 105 to 85. You're not used to the cold. Way to go, guys. D&G Explorers, they've got a channel on YouTube. You get a chance, check them out. They just broke 315 subscribers. Way to go, guys. You're coming. Cat Rose, Bruce, that is the extremely larger fire in Northern California. Yeah, it is, Cat. It's unbelievable. MG tow too many ships in Alaska, he's thinking. And Brittany, the way I see food in general, food will not be so good from some places to delicious. That's just about anywhere. Well, it's true. Cruises, they care. The cruise lines, they got to make sure the food is the deal. It's got to work. Dina, yes, Bruce, I ate Guy's Burger, which was very good, but the fries were a bit salty, laugh out loud. We ate at the barbecue on the sea day, but did not have time to eat there for dinner, because during sea days, I think in the daytime, they do a barbecue, which is no charge. You can get the food they have in the restaurant on the deck. But in the evening, if you want to go for dinner, I think it's an extra charge to go into the restaurant. But I'm curious what people think about it. Fantastic, Nina. Thank you for that update on that, Guy's Burgers. DNS World Traveler, well enjoyed, but gotta go. Kids are hollering for dinner. Thanks, you guys, for joining us, and hope you come back real soon. Thank you for that. MG Toe, Barb, Boob, are you a shill? MG Toe's wondering, Barb, are you asking questions about the carnival because you're a shill for carnival? Brittany, cooks cannot please everyone, especially on a college campus and a cruise ship where they will be feeding thousands of people every day. Cat laughing out loud. Suzanne Hoffman's here. Hi, Suzanne. For Alaska, in addition to the temperature, watch for the daily rainfall. That's true. Some months are rainier than others. Jim Thomas, very elegantly stated, Bruce. Thank you, Jimbo. I'm working on it. Steve Bartley, people moon the train going up Mount Washington in New Hampshire. Really? Mooning the train. What is that? Mooning. I've never heard that term before. Mooning. What, do they do that in Alaska too? That's amazing. D&G Explorers, laugh out loud, would do the same back to them on the dock and blind them back. Well, that's just cruise ship passengers being rude. I don't know about that. Okay, Sylvan Forrest going on to say here, it may not be worth it for me to book an Alaska cruise to see the residents' full moon salute in broad daylight, but they would be amazed to see my own version of it from the top deck. There you go. They give it, and then you get it. You get it, you give it. Tom Henry, have you seen Cheryl Barnes' post on the Facebook page? No, good ad for Carnival Sunshine. Wasn't that a pretty recent refit? Tom, I don't think I'd seen it yet, unless I've missed it. Tom might be. Are you referring to my Facebook page? By the way, for those of you who don't know, we have a Traveling with Bruce Facebook group page. Up by and say hi. We continue this show there when I'm not on the air and people post photos. We talk all the time. But Tom, I don't think I've seen that. I'll have to take another peek at that. Nurse Nancy, hi Reggie. Brittany Lockwood, there is an easy way of making everyone happy in terms of lanyards. Buy one at Walmart, or maybe eBay or Amazon, or even better yet, make your own. Well, you could always do that, but the cruise line is going to give you one for free. Just go into the casino. You need a lanyard? Go to the casino. They'll give you a lanyard for nothing. They give away all kinds of good stuff down there. Tracy Stallman is saying hi. Reggie Interman is saying hi back. Barb, what's a shill? Barb, a shill is like a paid person that will pretend to be a customer and be having a great old time and hopefully get you to spend money with them. So in a casino, a shill would be someone, say, at the roulette wheel and chatting up everybody, and everyone's having a great time, and they're telling you how great that restaurant is over there, and you should check out the spa. You get a great deal. They're an in-house employee pretending to gamble, but they're really just trying to chat up the casino and chat up the action, and talking about how number 15 has been hot lately and trying to get more money on the table. That's a shill. That's what a shill does in Vegas. Hi, D&G Explorers. Hi, Tracy. Tom Henry, Sylvan loves Carnival, right? Nurse Nancy, I made lanyards with anchors and gave them to a Facebook meet and greet. It was fun. There you go. Pretty good. And Jordan, morning all late arrival. 24 degrees in Brisbane, Australia. And welcome from Brisbane. Awesome trivia yesterday. Stay safe, Cat, from those fires. Morning, Debbie. Ann Jordan from Brisbane, Australia. It's the dead of winter for Ann Jordan right now, and it's about 75 degrees Fahrenheit. cold as all get up. She's got her coffee going. It's early in the morning. Welcome from Brisbane. It's got to be about 6 a.m. over there. And welcome. She's kind of my unofficial greeter for all of you out there, if you're curious. Cat Rose, that would be nice, Nurse Nancy. Cat Rose. And thankfully, none of the fires are close to me. D&G is saying hello. Barb, no, MG. I'm in Atlanta. Never been on a cruise. Looked at YouTube videos to find out about the cruises because I have claustrophobia and want to see what it's like. And there are so many videos. There you go. Yeah, Barb, I think a balcony cabin is for you. You can see them right off the bat. Get up in the morning, open up your curtain, see what the world looks like out there. You'd love that. Bruce, video. Let's see, what can I ask? Question says why. Oh, she says she likes watching here because she can type and ask questions, get live responses. Thank you, Barb. That's what I'm here for. Absolutely. And Jordan, hey there. Hey there, D&G, dilly in my head, she's saying. Kat, Barb, I have not been a cruiser. I've not yet cruised either. I got a couple of newbies here. Dina, Carnival was charging $10 for a lanyard, too much. Yeah, go to the casino, get one for nothing. Debbie Emmanuel, good morning, and Tom Henry saying hi. All right, Sylvan, at Tom Henry, you obviously have me confused with someone else. Is Sylvan a fan of Carnival? Oh no, I have a little prayer that goes, "Dear Lord, keep Carnival ships as far away from me as possible." Amen. It's not a fan of Carnival. Definitely not. D&G, Barb, you might want a balcony to help not feel claustrophobic. We love a balcony. That's what I was saying. Tom Henry, I missed Ann arriving. Hi, Ann. Barb, no, I'm not a shill. I live in Atlanta, originally from the Bronx, not a shill. It's all good, Barb. It's all good. That was sarcasm, Sylvan. Yeah. Love sarcasm. MG, Barb, Carnival and Princess leave Los Angeles and return to Los Angeles on a general cruise. You may like it because the air fare from Atlanta to LA round trip is cheaper and quite often a lot of flights, obviously. Let's go here. Let me catch up every bar. Pick an aft cabin. You'll see it all. Get one in the back. MG Toe. The second tour of Alaska is to go to Fairbanks on a cruise tour, and then to Seattle or Vancouver return. Interesting. And RA Texan also drive to Cape Canaveral for 5-day East Caribbean. Yeah, for sure. Shipping first. Hey, y'all. Bruce, hard to believe that we have been counting down from 280 days, and we're now down to 32 days until my first cruise. There's another first timer. I got a bunch of them here. Fantastic. Shipping first. This is going to be great. Brittany, I think the only way to get a free lanyard on Disney Cruise Line is when you check in starting with the second cruise, because you're a returning cruiser. They give you a gift. Lanyard. Could be. Okay, I've caught up to you guys. My topic for the day here is new cruises, new ships, old ships. So what's going on here? And the first story I found today that caught my eye, and I started a little digging about this, was the fact that the folks at P&O Australia, okay, now just to kind of give you the lay of the land here, for those of you who don't know, Carnival Cruises, Carnival Corporation, the public company, they own Carnival Cruises, they own Princess Cruise Lines, they own Holland America, they own Cunard, they own Ada Cruising out of Europe, a German-based cruise line. They own Costa Cruises. You remember the Costa Concordia? That's the ship that sunk in the Mediterranean. Carnival owns Costa. Carnival owns P&O. Now, P&O Cruise Line has a UK division, the United Kingdom area, and there's P&O Australia. They have the Australian line, and that P&O used to stand for Pacific and Orient Cruise Lines. That's the old name of it. Now they just call it P&O. All right, so P&O Australia. All right, here's the story. They're selling off one of their cruise ships called the Pacific Jewel. The Pacific Jewel will be sold off, and they'll let her go March 2019. So between now and March, they'll run her, and after March 2019, she'll go to a new buyer. The official name of the buyer has not been released yet. However, earlier this year, P&O Australia unloaded another ship called the Pacific Eden, and that ship is going over to a company called Cruise and Marine Voyages out of the United Kingdom. Now, to kind of clarify a few things, P&O out of UK, and P&O out of Australia. These guys are running older ships. They're not running the latest, newest versions at the moment, although that's changing. But they're noted for acquiring ships from other cruise lines, and then they run them for a while, and then they sell them off to somebody else. And in the case of this Pacific Jewel cruise ship, this particular cruise ship, this ship was built in 1990. And the Pacific Jewel was originally called the Crown Princess. Now, she was probably a Princess cruise liner for Princess Cruises in 1990 when she wasn't part of Carnival. She was her own line. Princess was its own company back in 1990. After a while, the Crown Princess got sold off and became known as the A Rosa Blue. And after a while, she was renamed the Ada Blue and was then run by Ada Cruise Lines. AIDA is a spelling, which today is a Carnival cruise line. I don't know if Ada was separate at the time or not. After she served with Ada for whatever number of years, she became the Ocean Village 2, and then eventually in 2009 joined P&O Australia as the Pacific Jewel. So for the last 9 years, the Pacific Jewel has been with P&O Australia and will serve a total of 10 years with that cruise line. But now at age almost 30, she will be turned over to a new buyer, and it may well be she'll go over to Cruise Marine Voyages in the UK, and they'll run her because they're running older cruise ships. Now, Cruise Marine Voyages UK has a ship right now that they're running that's quite famous. They're running what was once known as a ship called the SS Stockholm. Now, for those of you who are cruise buffs and cruise ocean liner buffs, the Stockholm was the ship that bumped into or crashed into the Andrea Doria, which sank off the coast of Nantucket in, I believe, 1956. So the Stockholm crashed into the Andrea Doria, causing her to sink, but the Stockholm survived the impact and was refurbished and is still running today under a whole different name, under the Cruise Marine Voyages company. However, they've announced that next year she's being retired. I'm not so sure if they're selling her, or she's going to become a museum or a floating hotel, no idea. But that might be the ship. Pacific Eden might be the ship replacing the Stockholm. And so interesting developments in the cruise world. These older cruise liners, again, the Stockholm is 70 years old. She's finally being retired. This Pacific Eden ship is approaching 30. She may last 10 or 20 years with the next operator, and eventually will be sold for scrap. I don't know. Interesting development there. So there you go. Old cruise lines, old cruisers, old cruise ships sometimes will shift down. So Carnival will take a ship and move her down to another line, and then she'll move down to another line, all in the Carnival family, and then get sold off eventually to someone else outside the Carnival family, and off she goes. Same is being done with Royal Caribbean. They do that with their ships. Norwegian does that with their older ships. And eventually they end up in the scrap heap. If those of you remember the ship, the Love Boat cruise ship that was a Princess cruise liner, she eventually got sold off a few times. Eventually was involved with a Greek cruise line, and eventually she went into dry dock, and the cost to preserve her and keep her on the seas with all the new rules for safety, too prohibitive, and the owners gave up on her, and the ship ended up getting sold for scrap, and it's just getting cut to little tiny pieces. The steel will be used for something else. A lot of these older ships from the 80s, they have so much wood on them, they cannot be used anymore in the high seas. You have to get the wood off, and you have to replace it with plastics. You have to get it replaced with lower weight. Fire regulations now prohibit the use of woods on board cruise ships. So that furniture in your cabin isn't wood. It's a non-flammable material for fire prevention, all of safety. Anyway, that's what happens to old cruise ships. New cruise ships. Let me tell you what happens to new cruise ships. Here's an announcement that came out today. Tom Henry sent me this link today in my channel. I was already thinking about talking about this story. It concerns our friends at Carnival, the cruise line Carnival. They made a big splashy announcement today, along with the folks at the at Port Canaveral up in northern Florida. Port Canaveral is is a cruise port that is getting bigger and bigger every year. They're in the middle right now of a $2.5 billion build out to expand out the port, and they were taking great pride today to announce that the largest ship that Carnival will build by the time this ship is out in 2020 will be home porting in Port Canaveral. Now, Carnival has several of these ships on order. They'll be building out a number of them. But the first one is going to be a liquid natural gas fired cruise ship coming out in 2020. Hasn't been named yet. The ship hasn't even been built yet. It's not even being built yet. The steel cutting for this ship is going to be done, I think, in November of this year. So in 2 or 3 months, 3 months from now, they're going to cut the steel for the building of this ship. And then it'll take 2 years for the ship to be completed, floated out, and eventually delivered to Port Canaveral to start sailing. Well, they haven't even named her. They haven't even told us the routes. Now, I'm going to guess they're going to be 1 week routes through the Caribbean. It's probably going to be a ship that's replacing an older ship, I'm sure. She's going to be 180,000 tons. She's going to hold 5,286 passengers on what they call the lower berths. So if you take an inside room, you've got a bed down there for 2 people, a twin bed maybe. You may have 2 berths that you can lower for the kids. Well, that means that cabin can hold 4 people, not 2. There's a bunch of those. In the balcony classification, ocean view classification. This ship's going to be 6,500 people. And so it's as many people as the Oasis of the Seas, the Symphony of the Seas, the Harmony of the Seas, but it's under the Carnival banner. So it's a big deal for Carnival. It really is. It's a big deal. But Carnival and Port Canaveral, they want to get the wheels going, the PR wheels going now. So here we are in August 2018, talking about a cruise ship that's not named, not built, hadn't been started yet, but it's coming for 2020, and all the hype has begun. So you're going to hear about this ship and the sister ships to this ship going forward. Probably every 2 months, you're going to get another press release. And don't be surprised that the next thing will be the steel cutting. Then the next release will be laying of the keel. And then the next press release will be the naming of it. We have the name for it. And then will be the announcement of the godfather or godmother or whatever will be of the ship. And then will be the fact that it's now on its final assembly. And then it's the sea trials. And then we're getting ready for the inaugural cruises. And it used to be the inaugural cruise. That used to be the deal with ocean liners. They would be launched in Italy or in England or wherever they were made. And you would have the first cruise across the Atlantic Ocean from, say, Southampton to New York. Not today. Inaugural cruises are cruises in plural. You could have 5 of them, 6 of them. And it's just one PR event after another after another. It just doesn't stop. And they try to sell these first 5 or 6 cruises for top dollar, double the regular price, triple the regular price, 5 times the regular price, because it's an inaugural cruise. It's the first time ever that the ship is coming to New York. First time it's coming to Miami. First time it's coming to wherever it's going to. Meaningless. These are the ships. These are the cruises where what can go wrong can go wrong. The toilets back up, the plumbing doesn't work, the air conditioning conks out, the garbage disposal isn't working. That's what inaugural cruises actually can become, but you won't hear about it from the cruise line. It's all special. It's all lollipops and cherry pie. It's all good times. So anyway, that's how you launch a new ship in this world of modern technology, hyped up YouTube channels, hyped up online cruise magazines, you name it. We're going to hear all about it. Facebook ads are going to pop up everywhere. If you're a cruiser, and you surf the internet, you're going to start seeing banner ads for this new cruise ship. Believe me, mark my words. You'll see it. You've already seen the ads for the Symphony of the Seas for the last year. We saw it for the Horizon. We saw it for the Norwegian Bliss. We're going to see it for this ship too. And LNG technology, clean burning, or as clean burning as they can be, is what they're going to be hyping us like crazy. So that's how you promote the new ship and how you bury the old ones. These old cruise ships get quietly sold off. This is not a big to-do. Cruise lines don't like to brag about the fact that they're unloading their old ships because it takes a year almost to get rid of it, and you're still trying to sell the darn thing out for the last year. So the last thing you want to do is promote the fact that, hey, why don't you buy a cruise on our oldest ship that we're getting ready to dump? They're not going to do that. They're just going to run everything's normal, and the ship will quietly disappear and go elsewhere. It'll go into dry dock. We'll get completely stripped of all the references to the old cruise line. So if it's from the Princess Company or from the P&O Company to another company, everything P&O gets taken off that ship. Every reference to P&O Cruise Lines, to the name of the exact ship that it's at right now, all will be done. And of course, the new cruise line will take the opportunity to dress her up like a brand new ship and replace the bedding, perhaps, put in new TVs, new carpeting, new color schemes, get rid of anything to do with P&O and use their own ship's logos everywhere you go, and have an inaugural cruise. We got us a new 28-year-old cruise liner or 30-year-old cruise ship that's now called blah, 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 and we're going on an inaugural cruise to wherever for a week or 10 days. Come on down and enjoy the new whatever. Yeah, you're getting a cruise on a 30-year-old cruise ship. Hey, if you're a fan of the cruise line, it works. It works every time. And off we go with the next 10-year run for this ship. Who knows what will happen when she's a 40-year-old ship? Who knows? We'll see what gives. So there you go. There's my thoughts on that, my 2 bits worth. See what your thoughts are on my comments there, and we'll continue on to finish off the show. Let me just see here. Folks have been talking away like crazy here while I've been babbling on, which is all good. Let's double check here. Here we go. Okay, I'm catching up with you guys. Dina, Dina's saying if you feel close to claustrophobic, maybe you should do a shorter cruise, like 4 or 5 day cruise, where you don't have so many sea days in between ports. Sylvan, 4 nights until I cruise. I may not sleep until I board the NCL getaway. Sylvan, I wish I were with you. I wish I were with you. Way to go, buddy. Tom Henry, you got a free lanyard on the free Platinum Perk Tour behind the scenes is when you get one. How about that? D&G Explorers, you are right. Brittany Lockwood. Nurse Nancy, hi, Ann. Good to have you here. Tom Henry, have a great cruise, Sylvan. Rob Sutter, I agree with Peter. The food was underwhelming on Adventures of the Seas cruise ship. The 2 other couples at our table, one couple never came back after the first meal. The other couple only had 3 meals. MG Toe, where is Robert Brandt? Probably eating it in food. Well, I think Robert is in Phuket, Thailand, and it was 4 in the morning when we started the show, so I think he misses this show. I think Robert told me that the next show he's going to catch will be Monday's show because I'm not on tomorrow, I'm not on Friday, but I'm on Saturday at 2 in the afternoon Eastern, which is way out of whack for him. But I think on Monday at 5 o'clock Eastern, he may well be back in St. Thomas and catch a regular show. We'll find out. Tom Henry, he's thinking he's sleeping. Reggie and her man, Tom Henry, was that NCL on that ship? Yep, Tom Henry says, yeah, it was NCL. We did the Platinum Below the Scenes tour. Wendy Thompson sleeping. Bet the twins had, and jet lag, they all got to him. That's what she's thinking. Tom Henry, I missed the trip to the bridge, though. They stopped doing that. Oh, man, that's too bad. Paul Wugas, MG Toe, he is in Thailand, 11 hours ahead of here. Yep, that's right. Now, Nurse Nancy, Robert was on Lolita Loco last night. Wonder if he's traveling. He is in Thailand, so I'm sure he's planning Thailand, maybe leaving tomorrow or the day after. I'm not sure. Heading back to St. Thomas. We'll catch up with him. He'll catch up with us. Dina saying, when we came home in New York City last week, I saw an Ada cruise ship next to us. It was kind of weird because I thought they were only in Europe. Dina, no, they aren't only in Europe. That's right. The thing is, we can't easily find a way to book a cruise on Ada. on vacationstogo.com, we can't book through them to get on the ship. The only way you're going to get a booking on ADA is if you go through a German tour operator or a European tour operator to get on the ship. But their ships, in plural, are everywhere. They're in Europe, New York, the Bermuda. They come down the St. Lawrence Seaway into Canada. Yeah, they're everywhere. They are every place. Interesting. MG Tow, Nurse Nancy, I saw that. Hopefully no gastronitis. Paul Wilgus, MG Tow, he was eating breakfast at that time, he said, when he was on the show last night. Tom Henry, I think that was Wes. Okay, let's see here. Wendy, I saw it in the news last night. Interesting. Oh, MG Tow, the Sunshine is supposed to be a nice ship since they dry docked it. Heck, they even have clothing optional cruises on the Sunshine now. Let's do a group cruise there. Yeah, that would be a group of grossness, I think. If we were all in our 20s and we did a naked group cruise, I think that'd be pretty cool. But we're not in our 20s. Some of you have told me how old you are, how unfresh you are, like myself. I don't think that we'd be into the rolls. I like to eat the rolls with, like, dip them in gravy. I love the rolls, the biscuits. I don't think I like seeing them on people so much in real life. That's not my style. Reggie and her man, let us know how it goes on Getaway on his next week's cruise. He's on Getaway. Tom Henry, a YouTube channel has a video on the Pacific Princess history. Very sad. Cruise ship info is the channel, and it has a lot of neat tours. Interesting. Cat Rose, wow. Tom Henry, NCL Sky and Jade were previously named other names, and in Hawaii. Yes, they were the three ships. The Pride of America and the Sky and the Jade were the three ships that made up the little mini fleet that Norwegian put together back in 2007 for the Hawaii cruising market, to just stay in Hawaii only. The Sky and the Jade were pulled out of there pretty quick. Within a year, they were out of there. They were losing millions. And they've only kept the one ship back because they could fill one ship, not three, because the prices they have to charge. If you check out how much it costs to cruise on the Pride of America for a 1 week cruise in Hawaii, you're talking $1,500 a week. You can do the same cruise for a week in the Caribbean out of Miami, $650, $700, half the original cost. Hawaii's too expensive to operate with all American crew. It doesn't work. Tom Henry, I agree, Kat. Let's see. Kat saying 4 in a tiny room. No thanks. Tom Henry says I agree. Dina, new a 180,000 ton Carnival ship still won't have more amenities on it, like more pools and jacuzzis, and the liquid lounge will still not be theater size. Well, Dina, we'll find out. It'll be a big ship, but we'll find out, what the reviews are when she comes out. They're going to have to impress to get a lot of people on that ship every week. They got to fill almost 6,000 people in there. You better have something special or you're not going to fill out. It'll be interesting to see. Paul Wilgus, Cat Rose, but if you're a couple with 2 kids, there's no other way. There you go. Tom Henry, MG Tow. Cheryl's post on Traveling with Bruce Facebook says she was on the Sunshine in June 18, and it was the worst cruise ever. Had an ugly picture of her balcony. Oh, yeah, I did see the photos. That's right. Not a good looking bunch of photos there. Steve Bartley, we did 4 in an inside cabin to Alaska. Kids were 14 and 12. That's still tight, but doable, economically doable. That's for sure. MG Tow, Tom, well, you can't please everyone, and some people do have a bad time, just as some women are a bit, careful, MG. Don't cost me subscribers. Paul Wilgus, MG Tow read the post and looked at the pictures. It wasn't can't please everyone. He didn't like it. MG Tow, Steve, do what you can afford. You will have a good time anywhere you stay. That's true. Dina, and the Azapod propulsion doesn't work. Laugh out loud. New cruise. Cat, Paul Wilgus, I would be cruising alone. MG Tow, the Carnival celebration is now the Caribbean celebration. It still looks a Carnival ship because they got that funnel up there, that unmistakable look. Carnival should buy it back and restore it. MG's thinking they're not going to do that, MG. They're getting rid of old ships slowly but surely. And Ari Texan, absolutely, each day you wake up and decide to be happy or not, I prefer to be positive and make most of my day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Yeah, there you go. I am with you, Arnie. Brittany, I have been listening in while eating dinner. Picked up dinner early, and that was when I was not in the chat. Brittany, it's all good. When you can join in, you join in. Whatever. And Jordan, all good. Brittany, how's college going? Peter Heckema, Bruce. I think the Carnival Sunshine was previously the Destiny. I've been on the Destiny a few years ago, and it was starting to show its age then. Problems with water leaks in the ceiling in our cabin. Brittany Lockwood, has been great. I do not have, college's been great. I do not have a whole lot of homework yet. I really do not have a lot of written homework these days, as most of it is reading at the moment. Early days, Brittany, there you go. It's all good. They'll get you fired up pretty soon. Don't worry about that. MG, the Port of Long Beach, is being expanded to accommodate the new ships and are also building the LNG terminal as well. Very interesting. And Jordan saying, awesome, Brittany, way to go on college. Yeah, the Port of Long Beach is definitely going to be busier next year and the year after that. And of course, Port of Los Angeles, they're looking to build business up there as well. That is what is being plotted and planned, and it's good for business. Seattle just did a major upgrade to their port. They want to get up to 2 million passengers a year through Seattle. Good for the airport, good for the restaurants, good for the hotels. People stay a little early, stay a little late. Good business for Seattle in the summertime. Absolutely. Not a bad way to go. How many thumbs ups have we got right now? I'm kind of curious. How are we doing here? I'm showing 28 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. Any and all thumbs ups are greatly appreciated for this channel. Thank you very much. We'll take it from there. Okay, this is it for me until I'm on the air Saturday. I'm off tomorrow, Thursday. I'm off Friday, but I'm on Saturday at 2 in the afternoon Eastern time. Join me if you can, and then I'll be back on the air next week, Monday at 5 Eastern. I hope you've enjoyed my shows from Calgary. My little feline friends have not been here today. They've been around the house, but they're kind of scattered about. They're not showing their back ends to you today. So no pussycats today. It's all good. Cat Rose, so more cruises leaving from the West Coast, correct? Tracy Dunlop, have fun, Bruce, with your family. Safe trip back to Creston. See you Saturday. Cat Rose, have fun and be safe. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for donations. Thank you for picking up product on Amazon and also on the Redbubble store, my merchandise. Next week, I'll be wearing my T-shirts again, and we'll catch up with you there. D&G, we will be at Universal Studios Hollywood. We'll try to drop in. There you go. Way to go, D&G. Blaine, 2007. I was sitting quiet today. We'll see you all Saturday, but we'll possibly Tuesday at 8 as well. Blaine, thanks for popping by and saying hi. Thanks for joining in, and thanks all you guys for the thumbs ups. Let's see where we're at right now. We got any more here? 33. 5 more just popped in. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody. 33 thumbs ups. We're on fire. All righty. I'm out of here. Have a great couple of days and a weekend. I'll see you Saturday at 2. Thanks for your support, and we'll talk to you a little bit later. This is Bruce, Traveling with Bruce, 2018, August the 22nd, saying goodbye from Calgary, and I'll see you in Creston in a couple of days. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.